Hello everyone, William here, and tonight is the Season 10 premiere of American Ninja Warrior. I am excited. I'm also behind on talking about other stuff, but for tonight, let's run down a little bit of a preview and do some quick predictions before the show airs, and what I think is going to happen this season, and what we know is happening this season. So, first things first, one thing that we know is that for this season, there's going to be, once again, 6 regionals, 15 episodes total. This time around, the regionals are Los Angeles, Dallas, Indianapolis, Miami, Philadelphia, and Minneapolis. They're airing Dallas first, even though they filmed LA first for the qualifiers, but then they're switching the order with LA first. So we're going to see what that's about. We're looking forward to see what Dallas holds. There's been a few changes for the 10th season of American Ninja Warrior. Let's run through some of them. So, probably the biggest one, this was announced back in December, is that A&W lowered the age limit to apply to be on the show to 19 years old. No longer, it used to be 21, it's no longer, and now it's 19 years old. And that is a big deal. Basically, a lot of young fans now get to compete. I had a few questions going in regards to this announcement. The first one was, why now? As in, why Season 10? And why now? As in, why did they wait until December to announce this? Because, for those of you unaware, the applications were due, I believe it was January 2nd? And so they only had like a few weeks to make their application, so only like the people who were like the most die-hard and like the most well-versed on the Ninja Warrior news would have found out. So I can imagine there's going to be a few 19 and 20-year-olds who are going to be disappointed when they watch the show this year, realizing that they could have applied, but they didn't know. So that's disappointing. One of the other major changes is that A&W is introducing a thing called the Mega Wall. Now, this is for the regional qualifiers only. So anyone who makes it to the wall-to-wall in the regional qualifiers has a choice to make. They are presented with 2 different warped walls. One is the regular 14.5-foot warped wall, in which if they choose that, they get the standard 3 attempts to try. And the other is an 18-foot mega wall. They get only 1 chance to attempt it, but if they clear, they are awarded a bonus $10,000. Yes, they're giving out extra money this year. If they fail the mega wall, they are allowed to attempt the 14.5-foot warped wall, but they only get 1 shot. So there's not a lot of risk with attempting the mega wall, because if you look back at the history of American Ninja Warrior since season 7, there's 17 regionals between A&W 7, 8, and 9, and of those 17 regionals, only in one of them did someone reach the warped wall, fail it, and then didn't move on. Basically, it's kind of been standard lately that, like, if you can reach the warped wall in qualifiers, you're moving on, no problem. So in that regard, there's not a lot of risk for going for the mega wall. The only risk you might have is that it might hurt your run order for the regional finals, and I guess it could technically cost you money for the top 3, because for those of you who don't know, the top 3 in regional finals and regional qualifiers get cash. For the qualifiers, it's $3,000 for first place. Which also means that technically someone could walk away with $13,000 if they take first and clear the mega wall, plus an extra $750 for making it to regional finals. So $13,750 for one run is not a bad chunk of money to get for just like a minute and a half, 2 minutes worth of work. 3 minutes, I guess. The courses aren't as fast, I guess, these days. It's going to be interesting. I think most people are going to go for it, and I have a feeling I would be shocked if A&W paid out less than $100,000 just in Mega Wall prizes, because I know one thing is that once news broke out, you had gyms and people building 18-foot warped walls so people can train. So I got a feeling we're going to get a good amount of mega wall clears. Like I said, at least 11 this year. I'm kind of just going to put that out there. I guess put that as a prediction. At least 11 mega wall clears this season. Speaking of cash, the other major change this year, they haven't, as of right now, as of the recording, they haven't filmed the Vegas episodes left yet. It's the only ones they haven't filmed yet. But one thing that they announced is that whoever becomes the last man standing in Vegas, so basically goes the furthest and fastest, will win $100,000. Now I'm curious, if they win the million and then the only ones to clear the final stage, do they get $1.1 million for being both the last man standing and the winner? Probably not, to be honest. I have a feeling the 100,000 only applies to if there's no winner. I saw a bit of a debate over this rule. I'm going to be completely honest here. I know I tend to be a bit opinionated on American Ninja Warrior, but I don't really have an opinion on this. I just remember seeing this announcement and thinking, okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever. I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, if it makes any real difference. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's the thing. So one thing I want to announce, for those of you who don't know, is that I, for the first time ever, actually went to a filming of American Ninja Warrior this year. I went to Philadelphia to watch both the Philadelphia qualifiers and the Philadelphia finals for this season of American Ninja Warrior. So I do know some of the results. I know the results of 2 of the episodes this season. Obviously, I will not be divulging information ahead of the airing of these episodes, but what I will be doing is that in addition, for those 2 weeks, in addition to my normal episode reviews, I'll be producing, I guess, sort of behind-the-scenes videos, kind of talking about what was it like being in the audience and kind of expanding on, what happened at the show, and stuff like that. The behind-the-scenes stuff will be filmed in advance of the episodes airing, but won't, be posted until after they air. Obviously, I'm not going to post spoilers because, there's just you can anger a lot of people, and I wouldn't want to do that. And it's just not right. I'm very anti-spoiler, so look forward to that. It was I will say it was a very fun experience. I really enjoyed myself, and I would recommend, if you ever get the chance, to do it yourself. So with that said, I'm gonna just get some opinions and some predictions about this upcoming season. I have a feeling that for the regional finals they want more clears. This is just kind of a hunch that I have, because last year we only had 9 clears out of 6 regional finals. And one of those regionals had 0 clears. 3 of them had only 1 clear. I think, people like seeing people clear. I think they made the regional finals a bit too hard. And so I get the feeling that they would maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 clears on a regional final. That sort of amount. More than 1, basically, because it would have been nice. It'd be nice to see more people reach the top of the regional final tower. I won't say what it is, but I do like there's a new obstacle for the regional finals, and the last spot. I like it, but I won't tell you what it is, because I don't want to spoil it. But I liked it. And the other thing I will say is, I think for the season, the last prediction I want to make is in terms of Vegas. Vegas is weird last year because you had the thing where you had the most amount of clears ever, and then you had just this huge decimation of the field on stage 2. Stage 1, the most clear, stage 2 just decimated. I kind of feel like they want to balance it out. And obviously, I don't think they want as many clears, anywhere close to that many clears as stage 1, but I kind of feel like they know that they need more clears for stage 2. Maybe not a terrible amount, but, some. And I guess the other question is, are they actually going to change the final stage? Because they kind of showed with that A&W All-Star Special, they can put a spider climb in the final stage tower. You know, you can combine the spider climb and a rope climb, and you know, you can do that if you want, or you can just put something else. You know, I will not stop saying that this final stage should be something besides, you know, just a rope climb, but we'll see. So the question is, will we see any clears this time around? Or rather, how many clears? Of course, we'll see clears on stage 1. Vegas hasn't filmed yet, so there's no way this can be a spoiler. So I'm just gonna make a prediction. I think we're gonna get 25 clears on stage 1. I feel like that's kind of like the number that they're aiming for, and so that's what we're gonna get. I think for stage 2 we're gonna have 8 clears. This is something that is more comparable to seasons 5 and 7. I feel like that's a good amount of people in stage 2 and stage 3. I realize that's like lower than my typical half of the field gets knocked out of stage 2 philosophy, but it's A&W, so I feel like, you know, you got to compromise a little bit when making these predictions. I do think we're going to get 1 clear in stage 3, and I guess the question now becomes, who do you pick? You know, who does it, and can they clear the final stage? I got a feeling that if it's just a rope climb, anyone who clears 3rd stage can clear the final stage, because I feel like final stage isn't harder than stage 3. So I think that if anyone is going to clear stage 3, I'm going to go with Josh Levin. I think he can do it. I have a feeling Josh Levin, I feel like, is one of those guys that, like, he can clear stage 3. The problem is he hasn't gotten to stage 3 yet. You know, he's failed stage 2 the past 2 seasons. I think he can make it to stage 3 and clear it this time around. And I guess the other newsworthy thing, I almost forgot to mention this, is that Isaac Caldiero is coming back. Basically, he's making his grand return. He kind of hinted it at me when I talked to him at National Ninja League Finals. He didn't outright say it, but we had a conversation off camera, and I was kind of... After the conversation, I was under the impression of, yeah, he's probably coming back. And turns out, he is. So I'm interested to see how he does. I don't know what to expect. He was good in National Ninja League, so he can probably make it to Vegas. The question, I guess, becomes, can he go all the way again? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But that is that's just everything I want to say. Just kind of talk about, you know, some of the ins and outs of what we expect this season. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think if the other regionals are as good as the Philadelphia regional was, at least from an audience perspective, as someone who sat in the audience, I think this is going to be a good season. They had some good stuff in Philadelphia, in my personal opinion. So we'll see what happens. But until then, look forward to my reviews of American Ninja Warrior Season 10 all season long, as well as looking at some of the stuff that I've missed this year and playing catch-up. So until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.